What you'll need first are some bugle beads. These ones are orange silver line. I also have some that are solid turquoise, as well as some seed beads. These are size 11 Miyukis in orange and in turquoise again. And the final result is going to look like this. They're super cute and tiny. Let me show you. Grab a size 10 or 12 needle with some Nymo thread in size B and put some beeswax on it, and then spread it evenly by pinching it with your fingers. Grab 2 orange bugle beads and put them onto your needle like so. Push them down to the end of the thread, making sure to leave a 6-inch tail. Then I'm going to go up through the bottom bead like this, creating a loop. And as you see, the 2 bugle beads are going to sit next to each other, just like this. Next, you want to put your thread through the other bead. So you're going to go up through that other bugle on the same side. So now both your threads are coming out the same side. Now we're going to add another bugle like so, again creating a loop so it sits next to the other 2, and then going down the bead like this, always stitching on the same side. Now we're going to weave our way back to make sure everything is really nice and tight and secure. Like so. So our thread again is coming out 2 ways of the one bead. Ta-da! Now we have our base. To get started, we're going to take 2 seed beads. I'm using a contrasting color. Now we're going to do increasing brick stitch by going under the first loop with 2 beads. This will increase our row by 1 bead. Now we're going to go up through the second bead on the inner side, as we can see here, and now they'll both sit really nicely next to each other. Now we're going to add another bead to the second stitch, just 1 at a time, and then we're going to go up through the bead to secure it. Perfect. Now to finish our row, we're going to add 1 more bead, and we're going to anchor it to that same stitch we just used. So make sure you're underneath that stitch, then pull and put your needle up through the bead. And now you see we went from a row of 3 to a row of 4. Now we're going to do decreasing brick stitch and go down to 3. Start with 2 beads as always, go under the second stitch this time to decrease, and then go up through the inner bead or the second bead, like so. Now to make it sit better, I'm going to go through the first bead again, the outer bead, and then up through the second and inner bead again. Now you'll see, boom, they sit much better. I find this helps a lot. Now we're just going to go 1 at a time again to add our final bead to this row. Now we're going to add our loop onto the earrings so that we can hang it on an earring mechanism. So I'm going to grab 6 of my turquoise beads to create this loop. We're going to do decreasing brick stitch again, going under the second loop, like so, and then we're going to go up through all 3 beads here on the right side and pull, and then down through the left side like this, and then we're going to go through them 1 more time to make sure we're really secure. So up through the right side and then down through the left. Now we're going to weave down to the bugles again so we can add our fringe. So I'm just going to pass my needle down the side and then down one of the bugle beads. Now our brick stitch is done and we will add our mini fringe. So I'm just using a couple beads here. As you can see, I've got 2 seed beads, a bugle, and then 2 more seed beads. So that's how I'm going to do my first fringe. We're going to move our final bead at the end, skip it, and go up through all the other beads and our bugle base. Now to do our longest fringe, we're going to go down through the middle bugle bead and then add our fringe on. This time I'm increasing to 4 seed beads, 1 bugle, and 2 more seed beads. Again, skipping the last bead, going up through the rest of the beads and the bugle base. Then we'll do the last fringe by recreating the first fringe. So same thing, 2 seed beads, 1 bugle, 2 seed beads. And then we finished all of our fringe. It's so quick to make these earrings because they're so tiny. To finish off, we are going to weave our needle weaving and zigzagging until you can pull the fringe without it coming undone. A zigzag so that it creates a knotting effect, just like I'm doing here. Finally, I like to just put my needle down through the fringe and trim it off there. Repeat this with your tail thread as well. Ta-da! Now we're going to take our eye pins and use these to create our earring hooks. So I'm just going to pop the eye pin onto the loop like so and close it with my pliers. And then we're going to trim off the excess metal so that we can make a better size earring for the doll. So here we are, all attached. Then I'm going to take my pliers using the little cutting function. I'm going to trim about an inch off of this, or a little over about 2 centimeters. And then we're going to just bend it to break it off, like so. Now it is a lot shorter and it's going to fit inside the doll's head. This doll, I pierced her ears, and now I can easily add the earrings in. All you need to do to pierce the ears is just use a thumbtack, heat it with a lighter, and press it in, and then there you go. You have your little earrings and your perfect little beaded doll. P.S. I recommend using pliers or tweezers to remove or put the earrings in. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.